Alrighty, and I am live. Alrighty, hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, we're doing a little bit more we're doing more airbrushing. And we're hitting some more yellow because I'm not entirely happy with the paint job. I mean, in truth, it was only the first coat, so yes, the second one is required. And I also need to make some executive decisions regarding a couple of other parts that we may or may not do yellow. We shall find out. Alrighty, now to that end, I should probably get blankie off me because I don't know one wants to airbrush with a blankie on them. At least I don't. I think it's a bad idea. Yes, I do. Now, scooching over, my chair is. I reckon my chair is on its way out. It seems that every time I sit in it, sooner or later, it goes lower, until I'm a wee bit too low. Never mind. Now, let me just get that hose out of the way for a moment, because I'm going to need that at some stage very soon. Yes, I am. And then we come. Now, you see, this is the thing. Look at this. This is where my chair is now. Observe. And really. Now, we all know what I need. Clearly not awake enough. Oh, fuck yeah. Camera comes around. Actually, does it? Yeah, we will. I need to move you away before I turn the airbrushing booth on. But first, we're going to do a bit of chit chat. Now, excuse me a moment. Alrighty, now. And my chair's even gone down now, so yeah. Okay, this is what the toy I had as a boy that we're going to bring this around, that I'm basing my model on. Now, there are a couple of problems, which is to say, Matchbox did not cover this end, and also we don't have these, and there's no black. So, but if we look at our assembly sheets, and note in fact, I can't be exactly as the Matchbox kit, but we'll find there's a black area there. Now I wanted, because they've set it for blue and silver, though you can do black and yellow, and I am doing black and yellow. Now, what I'm looking at is these lines are going to be black all the way around to there. I reckon that part there that they have black, I would actually be better served. I would have wanted that black. Because that's actually chassis area. That's what that area is. Now, if we come to the front, we have a slightly different issue, which is there's two things here, two different colors. What's more, you have to look very closely, but they are in fact two different colors. Now, what we can do, and this is all affecting a couple of parts. Now, there's some parts here I might as well as put in the box because we don't need them. Not right now, anyway. Our rear axle, done. We don't need these. No, we do not. Oh, hang on. There they are. There's a couple of parts that we may as well do a bit of a tidy up on as well, but I'll worry about that later. Now, the other parts that I'm giving consideration to color, give me a moment. put them somewhere very convenient. Now I can't find them. While I'm at it, I'll bring this up. Bring that in. Alrighty. Now, next. What am I looking for? That's right. There's two other parts. And I did have them conveniently on hand, and now I don't for some reason. How does that roll? Go figure. Now give me a moment. I'll find them easily enough, I'm sure. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Now, one of these is the tail fin, and I suggest it's that, and that's going to be black. This I know. And we'll check our numbers, of course, just to be sure of these things. And then, because what I'm also considering, give me a moment, to really assess this well and to show you what I'm on about, what I'm also requiring, give me a moment, is, give me a moment, where'd I put them? That, and I also need, for fuck's sake, where is it? It's not on here, is it? I'm looking for my front end. Excuse me. It's not in there then. What is the main front end? That's not how that's say it. Where is it though? That is the question. I need my front end of the car. To illustrate what I'm attempting to do here. That's the dash. Hello, gotcha. All right. Now, it gets a bit easier to understand. I'm going to bring you back a bit. Now, okay, this here corresponds to this. Now, whilst they have it that color, as I said, I'm going yellow and black, meaning that's going to be black thusly. Now, the question I then have at the rear, if we just get my assembly sheets going, is, here we go. Right. That's the bumper bar, which you got quite separate. But this, and they have it that it can be blue or potentially black. I'm actually thinking yellow. And the reason I'm thinking that, meaning that we all need to paint the relevant part, is that if I've got yellow here, and you can see also need to be more, this is why I'm redoing that, black there, a silver bumper, yellow, I think that's the part there. Might be, either way. Now, that'll bring our black round to there, it'll link up to there, which then brings us to which part do we do? The front. Now that I've made that decision, I'll just need to ID, which is the relevant back part. Now, on the front, being this part, what I'm speculating about is, do I want to, and that corresponds to this, and that will ultimately go sort of that way. And what I'm thinking is now that's a bit tricksy. Yeah, okay, that needs to be black, because that's going to go ultimately sort of there, well, there more, but It's not going to look correct. If it's black, then yeah, that's not going to roll so well. Now, I think that's the only other part that goes on the front. I'm just going to check that. Now. Oh, no. All the way around. Now, see, here's the thing. On here, that's why it's silver. Okay, that makes sense. They've got that as silver and going around to there. And what that would do on the paint job is match accordingly, is the theory, I guess. And in fact, this will give us some good ideas. Look at it from this angle. Excuse me again. Oh, hey, David, how are you doing? Now, I'm just midway through making some decisions here. So we're going to be black all the way down here. Yep. That's going to be chrome. Right, so if that's black all the way to there, black, or, guys, definitely black there. That's a given. Am I going to be going black there as well? I think so. Because, give me a moment. Now. Oh, hey, Brian, how you doing? Hey, Bassman. Oh, hey, Jeff. Now, what I'm just trying to sort out here, make an executive decision on here, is whether or not I want to make that little part there yellow or black in the paint, on the paint job. This is a question. We've got that black line there. But then we could have from the front that being yellow, you see, or rather that being yellow. Not there, no. I want that black. I'm going to do that yellow. I guess once it's painted, I may need to redo. We'll see. That's my decision. What's up? I'm redoing the yellow paint on this one and a couple of other parts that I actually missed. And I'll even show you quite happily. Why is my aircon is for some reason not doing its thing, and I'm freezing my nuts off here. Hurry the fuck up. I mean, it's what, 5 degrees out. Get your shit together, bloody thing. There's a reason why I've got you on. Ayo. Now, as I was saying, okay, let me just check my part numbers so as I don't airbrush the wrong part. And I'll show you, like I said, why there are bits about here I'm not happy with in this color. It is a nice color, and fun fact, Jeff, that is actually a rail color. That's Australian rail yellow. But as the actual paint job goes, it's a bit patchy, and I want to fix that. Part 50 is the one I seek. And then the other part I wish to paint yellow is part 59. All right, let's just check our numbers, kids, and we'll get this done. There's also a few touch-ups I need to do. Okay, that needs to be yellow. That does not. that needs to be black. Now, part 50 needs to be yellow. So I'll trim that out. Yeah, there. Sprue cutters. Candy apple rep. Yeah, no, there's a reason why I'm doing my car this color. I'll even show you, in fact. Now, yeah, some of the viewers have already seen this, so they're going to a bit of a rerun here. My apologies, guys. Goes like this. This is not the actual toy Mustang I had as a boy, but I found the exact same type. And when I was a boy, this or something very near it, pretty much an identical printing, right the way down to the ear, was one of my favorite toys. Now, that's why I'm doing it in this color. Now, that's why you'll notice black bonnet, black and yellow. So, yeah. What I'm going to do, let me zoom out a bit. That's why it's yellow. Red is a nice color. What the fuck is with my aircon? It's looking at me and going, yes, I'm engaged now. I'm going to look at you. I'm not going to blow me hot in the air. You're pissing me off. Hurry up. God damn. Now, part 50. That we need. But what I'll do, you can't see what I'm doing. One, a bit there. So in its way, probably I might keep that there. This build is a bit of a revisit to my childhood. Right, that'll enable us to draw it without needing to put it on the stand. Excellent. Now the other color part I require is, where did I put? That's black. Ding. That's on the front. Where's the part at the back I require? What part number is that? That I seek. I would love to have a Mustang, I tell you, man. I'll be building I think it's a 66. Oh, come on. The vent is open. The light is on. Start blowing hot air, you cunt. You're pissing me off. Now, and I now seek part 59. All right, because that needs to be yellow. Jeez, do I need to turn it off and on again? Or should I just leave it and assume that it's doing its thing on the heat up cycle? Fuck off. I don't need that shit, I tell you. I just need you to start blowing hot air. Bloody thing. Really? Really? Sometime today? This is bullshit. Right. Feeling a possibility that there's some more air coming out, maybe. Aha! I can pretty much confirm that this is part 59. Because, yeah, it is. The reason I can confirm that is in fact part 59 is that What is this problem? You're supposed to be climate set to 23. It is not 23. For fuck's sake. Excuse me, guys. This is actually really, it's driving me to distraction. It's making it so cold in here. Are you serious? Come on. You are on heat, aren't you? Now get your shit together, bloody thing. Now, this I'll need to pick my angle. Really? Now, and it's doing the same thing. It's just looking at me, going, "Yeah, I'll come on." And of course, yes, the correct part, 59. And it will actually go that way. Marvelous. Dropping the assembly instructions there. Come here, you. Now, sometime today. It was working not long ago, and then it's just gone very quiet on me and looking at me. And that is not what an aircon is supposed to do in my eyes. Now, the reason I want to redo this paint job, I'll give you a zoom, and you can see it's a bit uneven, and some patches are actually still quite dark, like there. It's not quite the way it needs to be. So we'll fix that today. Now, get that out of the way for the moment. I can do that just by holding that and then popping it down like that. That will cooperate admirably. Well, I think too, I'm going to get some cotton wool buds out because you know I'm going to chew through a shitload of them in due course. Now, get that out of the way for a moment. I'll redo that as well. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Aha! What have I got to do now? Something. Can't even. Hang on. Right. Have we got air coming out of it now? Oh, fuck me. Now, paint. Here's the colour. AN yellow. Australian rail. Just give it a view. Nice. Oh, full brake jobs would not be cheap for a staying one would think. I've got a green flashing light, whatever the fuck that means, on my displaying on my aircon. What does that mean? Just give me hot air. Come on. Come on. No, I do not want auto fan. I want... Maybe that's its problem. No. Fuck's sake. This is, how do I even reduce that? This thing is shitful. It's pissing me off. You're not doing anything. Come on now. Is that the problem? Come on. I'm going to turn it off for a while and hope that it gets its shit together. Maybe a reboot will do, fix the fucking problem. Well, I'm freezing my nuts off here. Kind of a thing. The whole point was that I did not have to go through this. I hope it's not too called a bloody airbrush. I'm getting very grumpy now. I can't go under the blankie because I'm painting. I'm going to have to see if I can work this out. I'm not going to get the... Because this is a problem with my fucking land agent. I think they're shit. They pissed me off good and proper because they had a problem with the ovens. Because it... what is that light but flashing for? Fuck me. Okay, we mixed. Yeah, well, this will kill the joy, I tell you. Now, let's check our airbrush. Now, trigger is good. All good. Let's do this. All right, glove. Now, once this is done, we can, depending on time, we can let's see about getting some touch-ups done in chassis black. Now, first things first, however, the most important task is to get this paint color nice and solid. All right. Now, we'll start with the bits that I have just selected. I might just get that out of the way there. What I should also do, give me a moment, I'm just going to move you away for a moment. The reason for that is because when I turn this on, you would otherwise get a blinding flash. I'm sure you guys don't need that. Now, Okay. Boom. There's one. Maybe a little more. Boom. Now, where was I? Here it is. This part. Hang on a moment. Now, there we go. All right. I'll pop that there. Hang on a moment. All right. Now I'm going to top this paint up. And then we will do here again. That's better. Yeah, much more solid now. You can go to there. Right. That's right. I remember having rumbles with this. You know, not really stable today. I'll hold it like that. Now, now it's looking good and solid on that side. Just going to chop up my paint. And then we'll actually, that is not a bad angle to hit it from. If I can just maybe, yep, there we go. Much better. Yeah, that's going to look heaps nicer. Doing this. That's better. much. Give it another top up. Yeah, that's looking heaps nicer. Plenty. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Nice solid now. A bit more there, perhaps. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's what you want. All right. Yeah, that's a much more solid paint job. I'm sure you'll agree. Much a little more here for my own edification. Beautiful. Nice and solid. As it should be. All right. So yeah, now it's nice and solid. Once that's varnished, that's going to look good, and then we can hit it with the black, which we will do tomorrow. What I will do very quickly now is pop that to there. How much paint do I still have in here? Well, not much. That should probably be enough for my next job, which is just another run over these. There we go. One. A little bit more perhaps, and then we'll do the other part that we just did today, and then I'll clean the brush, and then we'll see about doing some tidy ups in chassis black. Yes, we shall. Finally, we're doing this again with this color, just to give it a nice solid yellow. Yeah, that's good. That's how we want it. There we go. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with how the paint job looks now. That's good. It's very good. It's very important. Last thing you want is a shit paint job. Particularly, I mean, let's face it, it's the thing people notice first. If your paint job's crap, You know, nobody wants them apples. Now, here we go. Hopefully this will be not so brutal as it can be. Fortunately, I don't reckon there's going to be too much of a rumble. Fortunately. No, I don't think it's going to be too much of a rumble. We shall see. Jesus. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Oh my God! I've just noticed my aircon's working. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should. Oh Jesus! How much have we got here? Not enough. Come on, up you can. You can do it. I'm definitely getting myself. Next time I go to a chemist, probably tomorrow actually, I'm gonna get myself a new syringe. Well, that worked, and that was a non-negotiable. And actually, what is it? Actually, let's see if I can get a pipette. How am I going to do this, guys? I've got to get. That's not convenient. Hang on. Let's stay cool. Can I somehow get this out? Aha! So it's probably the best way I have, ridiculously enough, of getting this. And by this I mean the. Come on, can you? That's. Rubbing. Hang on, maybe another way I can do this. No, that's not going to roll. Out you come. Let's see. Okay, so you would think that would therefore, and then simply, that's not. Hang on. Come on. Yeah, right, that's not going to roll. Okay, let me just think very quickly. What do I have beyond raw pouring, which is not going to happen, that I can transfer? Shit. Nothing there. Shit. This is not good, guys. Let me think. I do have an option. It's a ridiculous one. Oh. Now, up we get. Two ridiculous options potentially. All right. Fucking infuriating, I tell you. All right, here we go. Ludicrous option number one, and it'll work, I reckon. But might as well lob this straight into the bin. And I'll be needing to get something to replace that with. Teaspoon. Now. There we go. It's not great, although I've got to say, better than that, possibly better than, more easier than that syringe is. And This teaspoon is now consigned to, well, something. I'm not using it for tea anymore, I'll tell you that free of charge. Right. Alrighty, now compressor off. I've got to go to some shops today. I'm just trying to think if there's a chemist there. There would be, I would think. Anyway, let's clean this brush. Then I'll see how much time I've got to do some little tidy ups in chassis black. We're only talking about 4 or 5 little spots that will need doing. So, hey, why not do them? Yeah, that's a much better paint job. I'm much happier with it. And that fact of its own means it's been worth doing, in my eyes. And what I also need to get today, I reckon, not today, soon, not now, but soon, is some more thinner. So I shall attend to that. Oh, hey Gary, how you doing, man? Now, almost ready to rock on that part. I'm really looking forward to getting the black onto this, as in the Mustang tomorrow. Because then we can, then our next port of call is the airbrushing on the P51D. Now there's only going to be 2 colours I need to airbrush on that, because the aluminium I can do with a spray can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, stop. Which one? Do tell. While I'm rather enjoying this Mustang, I've got to admit I'm rather looking forward to, and this will be sometime down the track, doing my Mercedes 540k and doing, because, yeah, as I mentioned yesterday, I want to turn it into a W24. Only a dozen of them made. Yeah. And yes, they were made for the Nazi hierarchy. That doesn't alter the fact only a dozen of them were made. They're a historical vehicle for that reason alone. Like that out. Now. Spanner. Ha! I'm sure most of us are familiar with the term of calling someone a tool if they're a dickhead or an idiot. in some capacity. Particularly a spanner. Now over here in Australia, there's a brand called Sidro. And their big line for the advertisement, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be, "You'll never hand a man a grant a spanner." Well, as a bouncer, certainly one place we had you'd see sometimes you'd see dudes walk in and you'd just be going, "Here we go." It's just the way they conduct themselves from the outset was not a augur well, shall we say. And yeah, the line would be, "Yep, we got a Sid Chrome." Now, that was for your standard dickhead. We did, however, have far more extensive terms for major dickheads. And they were power tools. Porsche 911, nice. Nice. That would be very cool, man. What scale's that one? That'd have to be what, 1:24, yeah? Maybe bigger. But yeah, the term we used for a power tool varied according to culture. Now, I'm trying to think what we used for the generic Australian power tool. It was because we had a couple of variants. For example, a European power tool, like someone from Scandinavia or Germany was just a tool. Boss. Oh, he's a boss. Asian power tool, Ryobi. What was the? I'm trying to remember what the Australian power tool is. But yeah, you get the idea. 1:34, nice. You get that's the scale you can get a lot of detail on and have a lot of fun with. That's undeniable. This Mustang is 1:24. And the detail on it has been dead sexy. Oh no, 1:24. My eyes like shit. I thought he said 1:34. I thought it might be a typo. Yeah, 1:24. Yeah, a lot of detail on them. They're sexy, and there is enough space to do some cool shit. I believe that's a technical term. Cool shit. All right, that needle's looking clean enough. Get off of there. Now, let us use the other end of this for a moment. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's good when you can do. Well, I do it with my aircraft more than anything else. But when you can actually sort of go, right, this is such and such, or so and so's, or whatever you want to word it. And you can sort of give a bit of information about it. I like being able to do that with my kits. Yes, I do. Now, actually, first port of call, we'll just finish that reservoir off. Then, once these are done, well, this is clean. I reckon we can get those little touch-ups done on in the chassis black. Once I've got this clean. Yep, it's looking nice. Bit more. Now, almost there. Then we can get on to other stuff. And then, as I said, tomorrow, what I hope to do, what we all do is get the jet black on our Mustang. And then the next port of call after that is P51D airbrushing. And after that, BF109 airbrushing. And then it's assembly time. All right, how clean are we now? Almost there. All right, a bit more, just my own edification. Now, something you can do, I haven't done recently, but I have seen dudes do, and it's not a silly move. Got a bit of dunking here. Dunk these donuts. And we're going to slide that down there. We're going to very carefully slide that all the way through. The idea is, if there's anything else left in there, you've just picked it out with the needle. That's the theory. I don't think there was anything else in there. I've been pretty thorough, but just in case. And finally, and then we'll reassemble. Then we'll just go for a bit of this. Now that's a unopened one I need. No. Trying to find the actual jar that I have been using of chassis black. I've got one unopened, one opened. So there's no point in opening one if I don't need to, if you follow me. Anyway, let me just very quickly. Nice. And that looks to me to be all as it should be. Now, all right. Yeah, I think we're clean. Oh, if I move my bloody trigger again, cunties. Now, put that there. That can get out of the way. So can that. Let me just correct this trigger. bloody thing. No. Okay, what? There we go. Oh, yeah, ask you peeps. Now. Nozzle. Always get a little bit nervous when I drop a nozzle. I have had the experience. I used to have to airbrush out in my shed. And I dropped the nozzle, which, as you can imagine, had me a bit angsty. But I found it to my not insignificant joy. So yeah. Now. Delay. Nice and careful. I'm not very good, are we? Hang on. No, we're not. Now we're good. Threading the needle, eh? Come on now. Don't give me this. Christ on a crutch. There we go. Now, let's just make sure, yep, we are good. Alrighty. Just run some last bit of thinner through it. Then, as I said, we'll do those little tidy ups in chassis black. One thing I'll do first, put that away. Now, when I do the chassis, once I've gotten this airbrush cleaned, I'll turn the booth off and you'll stop getting that strobe effect happily. All right. Well, once that's done, bit of water and that's that cleaned. Yeah. All right. Now, there we go. Now, just Very full. All right. Oops, the days forgot to turn the compressor off. Off you go. All righty. Now, lid on that. Bam. It's going to get very dark for a moment, but then the light will come back a bit. There we go. Now. All right. So, very quickly, what we've achieved here thus far. This is what the rear number plate will go on. And that's there. And the idea is that we'll have the black area for the tail lights, and then back to the yellow. The black on the side will probably come around to there, but then it'll link with the black of the back other thing there, and that maintains the yellow sort of. You'll see. It all comes together. Similarly, this yellow goes on another part that will be black, but it sort of provides the contrast that we're looking for. This is the interior of the whatchamacallit, hood. Now the rest of that is going to be jet black around there and jet black on top. So, and finally, what we did on these, in that color, is we have made that paint job look so much nicer. Yeah, that is so much better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And now tomorrow we will see about doing the jet black. So, next, I want this. This is the radiator, and there's this little, is that? This is a little touch of chassis black I need there from where I masked. And on this, there's a couple of little points of chassis black on that. And that's it. That's it. That's our lock, stock, and two smoking barrels of painting required in that color. Now, where have I put the other chassis black? I don't want to have to use an unopened chassis. Not that it matters. It really doesn't. All right. The absence of the other one wins. I'm not going to go looking. I can see a chassis black looking me right in the eye. Boom. Alrighty. Now, yeah, I'm glad I chose to do. I was sort of umming and everything. Oh, we'll varnish cover that, you know. Those little inconsistencies, and I thought to myself, you know, if you got questions, what the fuck are you doing, son? Paint it properly. It's not rocket science. So I did, and I'm glad I did, actually. I think that's going to look good, particularly once the black's on, and yeah, it'll all come together. That's the theory. That is my theory, and what it is too. I have another theory. Don't know if you're familiar with that Python sketch. Anelk. That's A for An dot Anelk. Now, I will need a very crisp brush for this one. We'll go that one. A little tub. Well, not tub, paint pot. We'll do our job. Now, oops, a daisy. All too often. Now, There. Goggles are... I have a bad feeling they're a long way. I've got to get up and get them. That's annoying. And my chair has unsurprisingly sunk again. Yeah, this chair is definitely on its way out. I will need to attend to that in some capacity. Now, come here, you. Got my goggles. This shan't take long, guys. Which is actually kind of important because I do need to be, what's the time now? Yeah, I need to be a little aware, as it were. Up now. Delay. Now. Now we'll start with the radiator. There we go. Right. Let's go into there. What I might do. As you can see, it's just a very tiny area around the actual radiator cap that needs to be tidied up. Let me just have a quick gander. I'm pretty happy with that. If I can do the hand behind trick, I reckon. Radiator with a cap. Boom. Now, our other spots are just in all right. Once I got this, I'm not quite sure what this part does, to be honest. Once I've got it painted, I'll give you a zoom in. There we go. It's one of them. Oh, that's looking nice. Okay. All righty. All right, almost there, kids. And then, as I said, I'll give you a zoom in. There we go, I think. Yeah, baby cakes. Winning. So there we go. That you can actually see, yeah, you've got those nice shiny buckles and the rest in a nice clear chassis black. Boom. That's that one. And that's all we needed to do in that color. Small little touch up. But, you know, those sorts of little things do stick out when it's all done and can make it look quite crap. So, fuck that. I don't like my kits to look crap. I like them to look good. Yes, I do. Now, clean my brush. Might just get these out of the way for the moment so as that if I do happen to splash some thinner around, it's not an issue. Oh, that's not the one I'm after, apparently. Where did I put my other one? That does have thinner in it. Aha, I see. Oh. Do my Sauron thing. Alrighty, well that's going to be me done for today. Pretty happy with the outcomes we achieved. As I said, I'm definitely glad that I chose to go the redo that yellow. It looks so much nicer. I'm really looking forward to getting the black on. And then we can, as I said, move on to the P51D. And then BF109A. Yes. Yeah. So, on that note, all right. Zooming out. Now, I don't think I need to show you the hull and that again. I showed it about 5 minutes ago, tops. And I just showed you what we worked on then. And it's, look, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with the progress we made today. I think we did well. Tomorrow, jet black on the hull and a couple of other parts. The jet black on that. And then on Saturday, my Saturday, your Friday, I'm pretty. I have a good time. Thanks, Bassman. Have a good day, mate. Anyway, so my Saturday, your Friday, I'm fishing, and I've just noticed that a picture of mine is crooked, and it's going to annoy me. Yes, fortunately, I can fix that very easily. I digress. But I'll be back Sunday, and on Sunday, it is my anticipation that we will be onto the P51D. It is certainly my hope in that capacity. Let me see. I think that's me done. Yes, it is. First time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, subscribe. If you want to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And what do we do, people? we follow, like, or subscribe. What else? My pleasure, David. Now, was there anything else? No, that is pretty much me all covered. All but to say that I'll be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.